Okay, on to the next Skip the Line reaction, man. And this one is for Rosa Reis. And we got something different over here. We got something from my people, man. Guitarras para Amália. I'm assuming they're referring to Amália Rodrigues. Amália, 100 anos, 100 years. 100 years. It must be about Amália Rodrigues. I can only imagine. She was like a legend. She was a Fado legend in Portugal. Right? So I'm assuming this is just guitars. So homage to the 100 years of age of Fado. Or maybe it's just to Fado. From 1920 to 2020. But Amália Rodrigues, I'm telling you now that this is that. O povo que lava no Rio. Who was that actually? Was that Marisa? That could have been. Dulce Ponte? No, it can't be Dulce Ponte. It could have been Marisa. O povo que lava no Rio. So that's right. That track's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm not doing it any justice. But anyway, Guitarras para Amália. Let's see what we got. Let's go. This is the sound of my people. That's why I like guitar so much. It's because it goes back to my roots. I felt a little bit disjointed. Oh, there we go. Hey. This is as traditional as you can get in Portugal. But the one thing I must be honest, as much as I absolutely love guitars, as much as I love the sound of this, right? I almost like every time I hear this kind of type of style, like right, the Fado style, it has to accompany just a powerful female voice for me. Like it really does. Like that. Like there's something about that rawness, that single guitar with that just absolute power vocalist, like Amália Rodrigues, who's a legend, or Dulce Ponte, who's a legend, or Marisa, she's also a legend in her own right. Right? Those are probably the top three that I know of. I'm sure there's others, but I don't keep too up to beat with traditional Portuguese music too much. My brother's actually better at that than I am. But again, he lives on that side of the world. So let's go. Let's go, brother. Let's do the dance. I love the sound. Terribly Portuguese looking man and all these Portuguese looking people. About this, right, being played in these kind of buildings with this kind of architecture, right? It's just the architecture in Europe. It doesn't even matter if it's in Portugal. I mean, the architecture in Portugal is staggeringly beautiful, but the architecture in Europe specifically, like when I say like Portugal, Spain, Greece, Germany, France, Italy, the architecture is just beautiful. And when you play that traditional music of that country in sort of these kind of spaces and these kind of atmospheres, it lifts it. It really, really does lift it. The architecture adds something to it. You know what I mean? It really does. So prim and proper and so proud, right? It's almost they do it like nonchalant to a certain degree. You know what I mean? As it should be. Let's go. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Portugal. Portugal's just too beautiful, man. I really hope we don't lose our traditions and our culture. I feel like Europe and the Western world are trying so desperately to destroy its culture and its heritage and things like that. Yeah, sure, man. Every culture has got its history, man, but you can't destroy the beautiful things that came out of that, man. You know what I mean? You can denounce the bad things, but you cannot. There were great things that came out of it too, and there were great traditions, and there were great things that were pushed forward onto the next generation, and with good intentions, not all with bad intentions, right? And I'd say most with good intentions. So yeah, man. I hope we are able to hold on to our traditions, man. I really, really do hope so. It would be a travesty to lose them in the blip of time. So yeah, man. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think about that. I love that, man. That took me back to my home country, man. I love you all. Please stay safe, please stay healthy. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.